We live with an emergency broadcast. Who would have thought it'd be this fast that I would have to broadcast this message? So for those who don't know, probably a year ago or a year and a half ago, I made a video that said the World Economic Forum put out a study where they said by 2025, I think it said 87 million jobs will be lost to AI. And it said we're going to gain 92 million jobs. Okay, so today what I'm about to show you in this live stream and in the replay is something so incredible that I didn't expect it to be ready just yet. Now, my business acquaintance, Max Novak, who teaches Adobe Premiere, he teaches video editing. He basically said that Adobe had a live event about this a while ago where they kind of revealed these technologies and features even back then. So he did show that off a little bit from what I remember. But today marks a day where your mind's going to be blown. AI is way beyond where you think it is, okay? And what we're going to do is go over, let me log into one of these websites here. What we're going to do is go over the advancement of AI that just happened in the last 24 hours and show you how incredible this stuff actually is. So let me log in real quick. I want to say my hellos. I know it's a little bit off schedule here, but I have some time. Let's see who's up in this piece. Are we even live? Let's double check. Before I give you guys the keys, I want to make sure we're actually live. Give me a sec. Hold your horses here. They're suppressing my live. I don't want this info out there. Let me double check to make sure it's on my channel. Give me a second. But yes, what I'm going to show you today is an advancement by the company called OpenAI, and their technology is called OpenAI Sora. So think about Siri, but this is Sora. And basically the first video I'm going to show you is how they're using this AI to create HD video from text. It's going to blow your mind to the point where it's almost unreal. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Hold up. All right. I got an ad on my own video. That's hilarious. All right. So we got 12 folks in here. I need you to smash the like button because I'm probably being suppressed for the title because it uses a lot of keywords. But I'm not going to say anything. So here's what I want to show you. So let's switch screens. So I just found out about this like not too long ago. And the first thing I did was tell the mastermind because I had to consult with the masters. And I asked Max Novak specifically, I said, what do you think about this? He basically said he was onto this before and we're just catching up as like, you know, the masses. So again, let me show you firstly, before I even get into what I'm about to show you, let's switch over to this article here. This is an article by, again, the World Economic Forum. Let me turn this music all the way down. This is an article by the World Economic Forum. It says, don't fear AI. It will lead to long-term job growth. Then it goes through the summary of the events, basically how the pandemic affected jobs and everything. And it says, here's the job landscape by 2025. New jobs will emerge and others will be displaced by a shift in the division of labor between humans and machines. And it says, here are the jobs with growing demand. Data analysts, even though AI could do that. Scientists, okay, AI and machine learning specialists, people who can control the beast, basically. Big data specialists, digital marketing, which is ding, 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 that's us. Digital marketing and strategy specialists, that's me. Process automation specialists, okay, business development professionals, ding, ding, ding. To a degree, I'm not like a super business builder, but learned a little bit. Digital transformation specialists. I don't even know what that means. Digital transformation specialists. What does that even mean? Information security analysts, software and applications developers, and Internet of Things specialists. So Internet of Things is like when you talk to Alexa. Hopefully I didn't trigger yours. And then you say, turn on the lights or turn on the whatever, like the TV. That's called the Internet of Things. Now it says the decreasing job demand is in data entry clerks. These are the jobs that will be lost by 2025, they estimate. 2025. That was the timeline that we were working off of when I did this probably a year and a half ago. And we're accelerating to this point. Okay, so we're moving closer to the target that the WEF put out there. So this says decreasing job demand, data entry clerks. Is my head in the way? Freak, my head might be in the way. My head was in the way. Nobody's going to tell me. Anyway, data entry clerks. Nobody was going to tell me. My head was just blocking the entire screen. Y'all are no good. Let me move my head over here. There we go. All right. Boom. My fault. Didn't realize my head was blocking the whole thing. Decreasing job demands. Okay, data entry clerks, administrative and executive secretaries, accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll clerks, especially with Web3. Accountants and auditors, especially with Web3 technology. Assembly and factory workers. We all saw that with Tesla, what they're doing. Business services and administration managers, client information and customer service workers. I know this one for sure because I have systems now that I'll show you where you can answer an email in like milliseconds. Okay. General and operations manager, mechanics and machinery repairers, material recording, and stock keeping clerks. So those are the 85 million jobs they consider at risk by 2025. And they assume they're going to create 97 million jobs once AI is fully at the next level, whatever that is to them. They assume by 2025. Now, with all that context, I know that was a lot, but with all that context, let's move into the thing that shocked me. So before we even get there, I need you guys to hit me with a like because this is fresh off the press information. Rarely do I do these live streams, but I felt this was so urgent that if I didn't tell you, I feel like I'm doing a disservice. I was shocked when I heard about this. Okay, so Awesome Sauce says Joe Biden. Let me what do you say? Something about, let me switch screens. Joe Biden beats or what? I don't know what that means. Transformation specialists are remixers. Hilarious. Busy, you made my depression go away. Thank you. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully, I'll lift you up today. Guy Manuel says same. Dremulator. What's up, Dremulator? I thought you hated me, Dremulator. Am I mistaking you for somebody else? Maybe I am. But Dremulator says same. Okay, so here's the information. So I'm going to show you the wow stuff first, and then I'll get into all the like nerdy stuff, okay? MXH, what's up? So AI took this prompt. A stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, black boots, and carries a black purse. And it keeps going on through the prompt. So it gave it real English. You're not saying anything coding language. It's real English. You're talking to the AI. This is called Sura by OpenAI. And this is what it creates. It creates up to 10 seconds currently, but once their storage gets up to, host gigabytes and terabytes, that's when you guys will see longer and longer videos. Plus, I don't know the back end to handling all that. And the pricing and all this. OP Relo says, hey, I have a question. I've been looking for the answer all day. Let me know. Oh, it's all good, Germulator. I just wanted to make sure I answered anything that was on your mind. Maybe some other people put out misinformation. I don't know. We got love for you over here. Justin says, I love your videos, bro. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to hit play. And remember, just so we have a context, where is it at here? Is this the paper? Yeah, this is the paper. So you guys probably heard of AI video, but it was more the video to the left. Like it was just this blobby video mess. And you're like, AI video is very far off. I thought we were like decades off of AI video. That's what it used to look like. This is called the base compute right here on the left side. Very foreign and abstract. Then it started getting a little bit better with the 4X compute in the middle. It started becoming somewhat realistic, but we all knew it was fake in AI because it just has like a thing to it. Now the video on the right is 16X compute. It's with dogs. There's something funny about their legs and slow motion that still looks kind of fake. But the realism in this dog, I mean, if you didn't know any better, you would just thought that was a pixelated phone. It's moving a little weird, but this is where we're at with the HD right now. So you would not be able to distinguish the difference between human content and AI content. Now, as a producer community, how can we use this? We can use this to be, the video for our music. We could use it for B-roll. We could use it as we could craft a story together using AI and create our own music and our own movies, basically. So let's go back to Sura. Now, this is dangerously scary. It says this is progression in the visual medium. Why is this progression in audio medium so much slower? I think because in order to train the AI on audio, the record labels have to be in on it. Because the only way you get the cleanest, highest quality recordings are from the top record labels. And they don't want to give up the power to let these companies train on their music. And they're known to sue. So if they even remotely figure out that these AI companies are using their music to train their AI without permission, they will sue the company to death. And that's why the music industry hasn't seen a change just yet, because in order to train an AI looks for patterns. So you have to feed it the best information. It's like a baby. If you want your baby to grow up to be a strong person, you have to feed it the highest quality food, spend the most time with it, and give it high quality inputs and information. So these AI are the same exact way. These machine learning techniques are the same exact way. And who has the highest quality music? Who has all the artists in the world? The three companies, Sony, Warner, Universal. And are they going to willingly give up all their copyrights to train an AI to compete against them? No. It's known to be a gatekeeper industry. The difference is online, you might own the copyrights to a book, but they can't really pin you on your book training the AI because it's text, it's ideas. Whereas music, somebody took from, like Marvin Gaye's groove or whatever. Okay, because it's a distinctive groove. And we've seen that case with Pharrell and all them. So that's why. Okay, so how do I crop a sound from a sample and make it? And don't think the record labels aren't using AI, guys, because I've even was hit up by somebody who's in charge of an estate, and they were asking me how to train the AI on their own artist so that they could license out their voice. They're doing it currently with, what is it called? Like Dream Spark or something like that. So they're currently doing it right now, licensing out real artists' voice so that you can create your own song with that artist. So it's like a customized, personalized song. Now, what they want to do is, train the AI on their artists they may not have, like Michael Jackson, DMX, whoever, so that they can keep that legacy and brand alive. And you've seen it with the DMX album. I don't know if that was from the label or what, but there was like a DMX album that came out by AI. And it was not good, and people think it ruined the reputation of DMX. So there's a lot of debate about that. Notorious B.I.G. What's stopping someone from illegally training models? I mean, you could, but again, the results kind of in music, you can trace back to the source. Whereas with text and ideas, it's hard to trace who came up with the idea. But in music, you're like, that's the Marvin Gaye groove right there. You can't mistake it. Okay, so it's a little bit more evident on how to track. Also, they have technology like PEX, P-E-X. I'm putting you guys on so much high level right now for no reason. But it's called PEX. Where is it called? PEX. I'll say tracking, but that's not the right word I'm looking for. PEX something. I forget. Here it is. Powering real-time content. Here it is. So PEX, powering real-time content identification and UGC data. So basically, this thing can scrape through all of the content on the internet and all the social medias and see, I think it detects up to 1 second of content. And basically, if it finds a match, they could find that you took the song from X, Y, and Z, and then they could take it down or do whatever with that. So that is a huge advancement too. All right, so what was I talking about? Let me just play this video real quick and then we'll react to it. So this is all HD. I don't even know if my computer can show you the quality of this video. This is all from text, mind you. This is better than Midjourney's images that they create. Unpredictable outcome movies. Yeah, AI movies eventually. I can see that very clearly now to what I'm about to show you. 8 of your videos and still can't see how. How do I crop a sound from a sample and make it match the tempo? How do you time stretch? Type in time stretch, BusyWorks beats. OP, time stretch, BusyWorks beats. It'll pop up. Medium progression, audio, medium, so much slower. All right, so that's the video, and it does a close-up of this AI character. Now, this is a minute video. I thought it could do up to 10 seconds. I guess it does up to a minute. But I thought it did 10 seconds. Okay, so I was incorrect. I said 10 seconds. I meant a minute. All right, so that's a full HD video by AI. Kind of wild. Now this one is insanity. These are 2 mammoths, woolly mammoths approaching, treading through a snowy meadow. Their long woolly fur lightly blows in the wind as they walk. Snow-covered trees and dramatic snow-capped mountains in the distance. First of all, the mountains are pristine. The snow is impeccable. The trees look real, and the mammoths look like something you would see out of a Hollywood movie. This will be, it's not available to the public just yet, but this will be available to the public at some point. And I want to make sure you guys understand and stay up on it because this is incredible. You could basically make your own movies and your own film scores to your own movies. Who needs an artist to chase a sync placement anymore? Dane says, real question is, for how long have they had this? And just revealing Yes, exactly. With a large enough data set, you could probably get the AI to sound generic enough instead of sounding like one particular artist. True, I agree with that because I've seen it with some AI called Voice, VOIS. So here's another one. Let me turn up the music. Let's animate these. So imagine your beats underneath these videos, right? Look at this thing. It looks like a real movie. Remember the first Bug's Life in 1998? This is like the stuff you would see in a video game type level. Now, the only thing is you can't go in and like tweak stuff. That's the only thing about AI video. So I'm curious how they're going to keep consistency between the results. Like how are they going to, if you were to make your own movie, how would you tell the AI to continue this thought? That's what I want to know. I'm sure there's going to be ways because you could do it in Midjourney. You could create a character and, you know, the next image that it creates, you can create with your character just in a new environment, if that makes sense. I have a new iPhone 15. Dope. Look at this right here. This is like the ocean right here. So it says prompt, drone view of waves crashing against the rugged cliffs along Big Sur's Gary Point Beach. The crashing blue waters create white-tipped waves, while the golden light of the setting sun illuminates the rocky shore. So the cool part is you talk to the AI like you're writing a real book. You're not talking to it in weird code and weird prompt styles. Like you don't need to know a bunch of shortcuts and hashtags. You talk to it like you're talking to a designer, and anybody can do this. Now, this is not publicly available. I just want to make that clear. Not yet. It will be though. I'm reading your comments. What up, James? Sire's here, what up? Music videos about to change? Exactly. I can only imagine. Now, hopefully the music industry holds out and doesn't sell their information and their data to these AI databases, because what we want to do is keep music human made so that people don't just combine AI music with AI video and then now we're completely out of business. Not we, I'm just saying, you know, I just want the ability for a musician to go in and say, I want to film score this scene right here, and then be able to do that and get credited and earn money from that. You know, what I'm not worried about, but my concern is that nefarious or just people who don't care about the music industry are going to come in the same way they did 11 Labs. For those who don't know, on 11 Labs, you can have an AI basically read text and it sounds like a human. So let's type in hello and welcome to busyworksbeats.com. Now you can read it with different inflections. There's another one called Descript, which you could use your own voice and train the AI on your own voice, and it can be your own voice with different animations and styles. So I'm going to translate this to English, and let's hear what
When we seek to discover the best in others.
What? That's not what I said. I said hello and welcome to Busy Works Beats. Let's see if it.
Hello and welcome to Busy Works Beats.
Busy Works Beats.
Hello and welcome to Busy Works Beats.
Let's see what different voices sound like. Here's Callum.
Hello and welcome to Busy Works Beats.
Here's Charlie.
Hello and welcome to Busy Works Beats.
I wasn't expecting Charlie to be Australian. Here's
Hello and welcome to Busy Works Beats.
So if you didn't know, you could actually make your own vocal tag right here using AI. Now that it's a little, you can make it do more expressive stuff.
Hello and welcome to Busy Works Beats.
Now combine this with, let's say, like, imagine the waves crashing on the shore. The blue, I don't even know how to talk about the ocean. The blue waves turn white as they bash the ocean. Or not the ocean, the shore, whatever. All right, so I'm going to read this and we're going to go back to the video and basically film score our own video using our own narrator. You can literally create your own movies like from scratch. Hold up, I lost the page. Hold up. All right, let's see if our little experiment is going to work. All right, let's do the voice. Wait, let's run the video back. All right, this video is very short, so I got to hurry up and click it. All right, so let's hit play. How are we gonna do this? Hold up, y'all. This is a makeshift experiment. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna hit play on the thing and then play on the narrator. Come on, narrator.
Imagine the waves crashing on the shore. The blue waves turn white as they bash the shore.
Let's do that again.
Imagine the waves crashing on the shore.
And then turn your beats up.
Blue waves turn white as they bash the shore.
You can literally create your own film. Have your own beat.
Imagine the waves crashing on the shore. The blue waves turn white as they bash the shore. Imagine the waves crashing on the shore. Blue waves turn white as they bash the shore.
You can literally create your own books if you wanted to, visual books. So think about how many stories you guys have in your head, how many creative ideas you have in your head. You can now express that through AI, and it's becoming dangerously good. Let me continue. I just want to show you how I think and how I see it. Disney, Pixar, they knew what was coming. Look at this. Funny you said Pixar. Look at this one. Like, that is scarily good. That looks like somebody from a Hollywood budget of like 20 million would design that for you. That's why Disney, like, super huge now, not just animations, but all products. Yeah, Disney is a whole thing. I went to Disney World recently, but this one's nuts. So this one says the prompt was animated scene features a close-up of a short fluffy monster kneeling beside a melting red candle. The art style is 3D and realistic with a focus on lighting and texture. Then it says, the mood of the painting is one of wonder and curiosity as the monster gazes at the flame with wide eyes and open mouth. Its pose and expression convey a sense of innocence and playfulness. So you can imagine how much detail you can give it to prompt it for this 10-second scene. I'm pretty sure it can do up to 10 seconds, not a minute. But again, this isn't publicly available, but this will be available. I just want to show you guys how ridiculously crazy this gets. So this one says, a gorgeously rendered paper craft world of coral reef, rife with color. I thought it was ripe. It's rife, R-I-F-E. Rife with colorful fish and sea creatures. So this is basically an animated world that they created using AI's like brain, basically. Isn't this nuts though? Oh, you can create your own advertisements with this. Imagine how much B-roll you don't have to shoot or license from B-roll catalogs anymore. Like this, that's scary. Okay. This prompt says, this close-up shot of a Victoria crown pigeon showcases its striking blue plumage and red chest. This thing looks real. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that was a real bird. Holy crap. It like knows all the movements and everything. That's the scary part. This was so urgent on my mind. I'm like, if I don't tell y'all, I don't know if I'm being a real teacher or not. Let's keep going through these. Let me turn my music up. It's a little dry without music. All right, this one says, photorealistic close-up video of two pirate ships battling each other as they sail inside of a cup of coffee. This is a commercial right here. That is scary. Let me go to the next one. Now, this one I honestly thought was like B-roll footage when I first saw it. A young man at his 20s, shouldn't it be in his 20s? A young man at his 20s is sitting on a piece of cloud in the sky reading a book. Okay, I thought he was sitting on something else. I didn't realize that's a cloud. But it looks legit. It looks like a real black person. Looks like a real cloud. Holy crap. You can see what books look like with this. That's a genius idea. That's a service for somebody. That's a whole business. I'll animate your book into video. That is a service right there. That's a business. I'm gonna write that down. That's a dope video idea. Books into AI animation. That's a whole business right there. Because even though people can do this themselves, they might not know how to piece it together and get the best prompts and the best results. That's a whole business for somebody. Talk about a hustle. That's a hustle right there. So I just wanted to show you guys how intense. Oh, there's more. Okay, I thought that was it. Okay, it says prompt, historical footage of California during the gold rush. Look at this. It even looks like the time of that type of video. Now, usually with AI video, stuff would just pop up out of nowhere and just like appear, but this is very consistent and it's following a storyline. That's the difference I'm noticing with this AI video. This is scary, y'all. For dreams, like if you write them down, oh, that'd be sick. Animating your dreams. Hope that real video footage won't disappear in the future. I mean, I'm kind of sick of the, like, look at your next commercial and look how cookie cutter it is. It's the same color grading, the same characters, the same jokes, the same, like, I think AI is going to introduce a lot of novelty we've never seen before, and it will force humans to become creative again. I think right now we're very formulaic with music, with visuals, because, you know, with business, you don't want to change what is not broken. And so people aren't really taking risks anymore. Jawan is here, what up? But look at this. Okay, this one's called a close-up view of a glass sphere that has a Zen garden within it. There's a small dwarf in the sphere who is raking the Zen garden and creating patterns in the sand. Wow. Now this one looks realistic. Extreme close-up of a 24-year-old woman's eye blinking, standing in Marrakech during magic hour. Cinematic film shot in 70 millimeters, depth of field, vivid colors, cinematic. So I don't know what that means, but that would be a good person prompting this, because this looks real. It looks like, even if it's like a video game, it still looks better than Call of Duty. Is it just me, or does AI hurt my eyes a tiny bit? Not me. Busy, when you gonna do a King of the Hill? I have some great beats. We do those on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, this is getting nuts. I didn't even see all these. All right, this one's of a kangaroo dancing, and the prompt was simple. A cartoon kangaroo disco dances. Simple. A kid could type that in. Now your kid has their own AI movie. AI is powerful, too silly not to take advantage at this point. All right, so this one says a beautiful homemade video showing the people of Lagos, Nigeria in the year 2056, shot with a mobile phone camera. So it even knows the quality and perceptions and perspectives from different angles. This is, let me see what it looks like on my phone, because I see it on my computer. I want to see what you guys see. Hold on. Oh yeah, you guys see the quality. Let me change my quality. Hold on. Make sure you're watching this at 1080p. I'm refreshing my quality. I want to see what it, wow, yeah, that looks basically the same as what I'm seeing. Look at that. It looks like Grand Theft Auto. Oh, you guys have, the stream's a little bit behind on you guys' side. But is this free? It probably won't be free. I'm sure they'll have a free option that's very limited. But I'm sure it's going to be paid, because I have OpenAI's paid version right now for ChatGPT 4. And it's well worth it. It's beyond worth it. Like it's like having a business consult at your fingertips. That's why I said, if you guys are afraid of AI and you're not using AI, I mean, you're kind of putting yourself, your own business in the coffin if you're not going to embrace AI the way it is right now. Like, you guys gotta, I don't want to preach at you, but if this is the wake up call, this is the wake up call. Like, we're in a world now where you either have to leverage your knowledge of AI, or you have to find a team that's good at each pocket of AI. Like, for example, there's people who are really good at prompting images. Okay, there's people who are really good at prompting this video stuff, but it's simple. Like, videos don't take a lot of brain power. And then there's people who know how to use OpenAI's API and the assistants and all that to build systems for you. I'm going to show you guys more tools for AI. This is just the tip of the iceberg today. Okay, so that is a bunch of pandas in it looks like a petri dish. Now this one's pretty cool. It says the camera rotates around a large stack of vintage televisions, all showing different programs: 1950 sci-fi movies, horror movies, news, static, a 1970 sitcom, etc., set inside. So I literally, this would be perfect for my thumbnail. I just made a video about, let me find it on my channel. Hold up. Oops, spelled that wrong. BusyWorks Beast. They think I'm Mr. Beast over here. I heard AI made a couple billionaires. I mean, couple. It's going to create thousands of billionaires. All right, so if you look at this image right here, I had to look up a graphic asset of a TV. I had to find a picture of the Opium record label, and I had to like learn Photoshop to put that all together. I used AI to create the background though. But like, what am I saying? Like, this is 16 times better than what I drew, basically, is what I'm saying. From a simple prompt. Now, my questions for this is, how long will it take for this to render? Like, is it going to be like Opus Clip where it could take an hour for it to render? How fast will this render? Secondly, how much storage will we have per day? Because video takes up a lot of space. So I'm curious how they're going to store all this if everybody's prompting it. Like, imagine a Google search, but every Google search was a 10 gigabyte video. Like, that's a lot of space that you need on hand. And I think that's why a lot of these companies are building these huge warehouses full of computers and AI databases just to run AI. It just gives me a queasy feeling and tired eyes if I look at this stuff too long. Yeah, I guess if you look, I can feel you on that. To some degrees. Heard AI made a couple billionaires. The one prompt they said to rotate doesn't rotate. Which one? To rotate? Rotate it. I must have missed something. Forgive me. I missed the context on that one. Maybe I'm missing like the greater scheme. 3D animation of a small, round, fluffy creature with big, expressive eyes explores a vibrant, enchanted forest. The creature, a whimsical blend of a rabbit and a squirrel. And then it goes on. Like, this is crazy to me. There's a video. We didn't get to it yet. Oh, here's the realistic stuff. Oh, the TV one. It said to rotate. I think it meant rotate like the channels, not like actual rotating the TV. I could be wrong though. All right, so this one says the camera follows behind a white vintage SUV. So for people who just hopped in, I got to give you guys context. Let me see how many people are here. We have 50 people here. Can y'all hit this like button? That's all I ask. Because this is breaking news for the producer community, for the artist community, for the independent artist community, for any creative, because this will transform quite literally how we go about pursuing excellence is the easiest way to say it. You can basically create your own movies. You create your own music, your own video, your own storyline using AI. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so this one says, and this is called OpenAI's Sora. So this prompt says the camera follows behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack as it speeds up a steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope. Dust kicks up and then it keeps going and going. DJ Paleface is here. Allegheny is here. What up? Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Adrian's here. Payne Silvio says this can and will be evolutionary for advertising and marketing. I agree. Music videos and indie movies, I agree. But the real question is, how many people will this hurt involving job losses and reverse engineer scams? I agree. So that's why I brought up this article earlier about how the World Economic Forum says that we're going to lose 85 million jobs by 2025, which is next year. Okay. And we're going to gain, according to them, we're going to gain 97 million jobs from AI. This is their estimations is 2025. And if you don't know what the World Economic Forum is, they basically run the world. Okay. That's the short answer for who they are. Now, we're going to get into some more examples. I know it's like people who are blind to this. I'm like, how do you not use this for your advantage right now? Like, it's not evil if you're using it for your own benefit. Like, use it. When you make songs with AI, can you translate the lyrics by just using text, or do you need to sing it yourself? That's a great question. AI song translation. I do know there's a new service from, what's that company's name? Hagen. And this is, let me figure out what it's called for Video Translate. So what they'll do, let me show you an example. Let me turn this music off. All right, so if you didn't know, basically your question can be true. They just have to figure out how to make it singable, like instead of just regular speech. So here's an example. Here's the original video of a girl saying something.
There is so much more to Miami than beaches and nightlife. Miami embraces Hispanic heritage, Caribbean heritage, Haitian, European, and more. Okay, so that's her original video in English. Now this AI can convert the audio from what she's saying into different languages. And YouTube is going to implement something called Aloud really soon. So this will be built into the YouTube platform. So everybody who ever asked me to translate my videos, the gods of the internet have answered your prayers. And they are now using AI to translate
the text, you know what I'm saying? Translate the voice into your language of choice.
Hay mucho más en Miami que playas y vida nocturna.
So it's not only translating the audio, but it's moving her lips to look like she's saying it in that language too.
Miami abraza la herencia hispana, caribeña, haitiana, europea y más.
Okay, so my computer's a little sluggish. I could already feel it getting sluggish. But you can go on the website yourself. It's called Heejin Video Translate. So that already exists. The question is, can they do it for
Miami
music?
biedt meer dan alleen stranden en het nachtleven. Het omarmt zijn Hispanic, Caribisch.
So that exists. The problem I could think of in music is the syllables. So for example, what's something in Spanish? Like kitchen. Kitchen is a 2-syllable word in English, but in Spanish is la cocina. That's 4 syllables. So in Spanish, I'm curious how that would translate, like rhythmically, how that would translate. I think that's the main challenge right now. Okay, so that exists, but just in a different like realm. All right, this is a lot to teach you guys, but I have all this in my AI for Musicians course. If you go to busyworksbeats.com, I show you how to use AI for your own benefit. Okay, so let me plug the website here. Let's go to busyworksbeats.com. And I have a course called AI for Musicians. And I show you guys how to use this to your benefit. I even show you how to get your vocals to sound like Kendrick in a minute's time. I think we calculated it took 1 minute to convert my verse into a Kendrick verse, just like that. And I show you the tools needed to do that. And it's super easy to use. There's an AI app somewhere that maintains eye contact. Yeah, that one's kind of creepy though. Because it just makes you look like you're looking at the screen constantly. Like, curious, does it make you blink or not? Okay. So the next video, this is all AI created, by the way. The prompt for this one, this is OpenAI Sura. It says, reflections in the window of a train traveling through the Tokyo suburbs. And the AI is filming from the perspective of a girl on the subway, filming the reflections off of the window. It looks so realistic that it's scary. Like the fact that this is the first iteration of this is the scary part. So they're working on it. It's called OpenAI Sura. Insanity. Let me keep going because got a lot to tell you guys. This one says a drone camera circles around a beautiful historic church built on a rocky outcropping. Along the Amalfi Coast, the view showcases historic and magnificent, whatever. That looks like real estate right there. You would never know. Again, like I said, you guys can use this for your music videos, content, 1,000 things, B-roll. So this says a large octopus is seen resting on the bottom of the ocean floor, blending in with the sandy and rocky terrain. Excuse me, its tentacles are spread out around its something. That looks like a real footage of a crab fighting an octopus. That's intense. And it knows how to have like that camera view that a person in a submarine would have. That's the creepier part. How does it know all these perspectives? This one didn't really sell me. This one's kind of random. This looks more like a commercial. A flock of paper airplanes flutters through a dense jungle, weaving around trees as if they were migrating birds. This one didn't really. That one didn't do anything for me. But it's possible. Now this one's kind of cool. A cat waking up its sleeping owner, demanding breakfast. The owner tries to ignore the cat, but the cat tries new tactics, and finally the owner pulls out a secret stash of treats. That's crazy. It even looks like the owner's like scrunching their nose and like reflecting off of the cat hitting them. The cat looks real. It just gained an arm just now. That was weird. All right, so watch his left arm. He hits the person, then he has another arm come out. All right, that's kind of weird. Outside of that, though, Borneo wildlife on the Kinabalu river. That looks real. Look at this. Like this looks like authentic History Channel B-roll, Discovery Channel B-roll. I'm sure this will be available up to 8K at some point in resolution. This says a Chinese Lunar New Year celebration video with the Chinese dragon. Again, if you didn't know any better, you would have thought that's real. So the tricky part is people can create scenarios that never existed, and it makes people think that they existed. That's the downside of this. but it's so realistic that I think the creativity will outweigh the nefarious intent of some folks. But this is them like zooming through Tokyo, looks like, with their cherry blossoms. What's cool is that it's like a continuous storyline. It doesn't just randomly do stuff. A stop motion animation of a flower growing out of the windowsill of a suburban house. That's cool. So I'm gonna quickly go through these because I have more to show you. This is just this one. This one's scary. I thought this was like clips from Call of Duty or something. And this one says an extreme close-up of a gray-haired man with a beard in his 60s. He is deep in thought, pondering the history of the universe. What the heck? All right, so let me get to the gist because we lost a lot of folks, but I want to make this relevant to you. I'm shocked that people don't want to know the cutting edge of where this stuff is headed. It's like they want to stay in a dreamland or something. All right, so without further ado, there's just so many videos that you guys can check it out yourself, Open Sura. And I didn't want to obsess about this one, but it's just crazy to me. So nextly, let's talk about this one, which is great for your customer support. So this is called Google Duet AI. So if you didn't know, there's an AI that can summarize your emails for you, basically. So this one's a newsletter from this guy, Rowan. He stays up on the AI tech. His newsletter is called the Rundown Tech. He sends you a newsletter almost every day, I think. So it's too much for me to read. So I'm going to use AI to read it for me. So this is called Duet AI. It's built right inside your Gmail. And basically what this does is you don't need a customer support agent anymore for complex tickets. For those who have, run a business and behave like a business, the number one downfall is when you get customer support tickets and you can't answer them because there's so many. So what this allows you to do is let the AI read the page, solve the problem for you, and you give the solution in your customized way. So when people send you paragraphs on paragraphs on paragraphs of email, that's too much email sometimes. So now we could summarize it. So let's ask Duet AI, what's this about? And it will give you okay, so it says, Zuck's Vision Pro review is about the Rundown Tech, discusses Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg's comparison of the Quest 3 to the Apple Vision Pro. Scientists' creation of a flexible, long-lasting calcium battery, and other tech news. So now I know the gist of the email. I'm using a safe email. I'm not using customers' email, but imagine a customer emailed you with the 17 paragraphs of information. Like, do this by this. I need this done by this. You can have AI now not only read it, but once we have AI assistants, you could have the assistant go do a task for you. So for example, put something in a calendar or put something in Google Sheets or make a Google Doc about something. You could have it do stuff. So I don't know to the extent about I'm like, can you create a Google Doc? Now, if it can, then we're on to something here. Let's see what it could do. A Google Doc, what titled, can be created. The doc can include information, but can you do it? That's the question. Okay, so this might just be a chatbot, not an actual assistant, but I'm pretty sure Google has it in mind that they want to turn this into an assistant at some point. Even if you don't turn that into assistant, you can learn how to use OpenAI's assistant technology to use Zapier to go trigger out different actions. You don't need to memorize that. Basically, you could tell your chatbot, hey, this email's about Mark Zuckerberg. I want to pass this to all my blogs or whatever the thing you're trying to do is. You can go into OpenAI and command it and say, hey, create a blog about what I just read that you just summarized, and it will do it for you using what's called Zapier actions on the back end. So it gets complex. I'm only showing you the surface because I know a lot of people aren't that tech savvy, but that's fine. So that's something you guys might be overlooking right now. It's called the Google Duet AI, built right inside your Google. You might have to be a part of Google Labs. I'm not sure because I tried my other Gmail and it didn't have that ability. So I'm not sure how to access that, but I have it on mine. Nextly, this is called Google Gemini. They changed the word Bard, B-A-R-D, into Google Gemini. It just sounds cooler. So this is your basic like Chat GPT for free. You don't have to pay for it. It's right out of Google. And you could ask it stuff like, hey, what's the fundamental Actually, no. What's the fifth harmonic of the fundamental frequency of 100 hertz? I just gave it a random physics question, but we'll see what it says. So not only can it do your homework for you, it can answer questions for you. It could be your supplemental teacher. So if you guys hear something in a BusyWorks Beats video and you're like, phase, he says something about phase. What is phase in music? And then you just ask it questions that you can't find on Google. And it could be your supplemental teacher when you're at busyworksbeats.com. For example, we have quizzes, so we make sure that you understand the material. But going through our, material, it can be heavy at times. I understand, because it's hours and hours of training. It's like going to university for music production. So when you're going through a busyworksbeats.com, I might say a word that I didn't define for you yet. And that word could be phase, for example. And you're like, what is phase? Like, I want to understand it. You could ask Gemini. And then Gemini will elaborate and give you the details and the context and everything. Okay, so Connor says, what generative AI tools do you recommend? I have a course called AI for Musicians, but the ones I use currently are OpenAI's ChatGPT. That's the best one. Like, if you know how to use that one, you're pretty much good on everything else, because it creates images, it does tasks, it can create graphs, it can create documents, it can create spreadsheets, it can do a lot. So it's like having an executive assistant right at your fingertips for $20 a month. That's nothing. Like, people want $20 an hour to be an executive assistant, and they don't even know how to do half the stuff you ask them. Now an AI can do it for $20 a month. That's nothing. And you could ask it for business consultation advice, which is worth millions of dollars. That's nothing. $20 a month. The value is supersedes so much. But you can get Gemini for free. Okay, so I'll ask Gemini, hey, how to create a $100 million music catalog business. Give me step-by-step pillars and the KPIs for each. You could literally learn how to build a $100 million business. I said $100. Whoops, I meant to say $100 million. And they said, unfortunately, building a successful $100 music catalog business with only $100 capital is extremely challenging. How does that make sense? That's wrong. Bordering on impossible. What? Okay, so clearly that doesn't know what it's talking about. That's why I ask ChatGPT a lot, because it's more accurate. It gives me information. It doesn't try to get around stuff. Sometimes you want to bounce between them. There's Claude, there's ChatGPT, and then there's Gemini. I prefer ChatGPT. It's just more accurate. It goes into detail. What AI can I realistically use in the production process of beats right now? I don't use AI for beat making just yet, but for sound sources, maybe you could generate your own loops using Google's Music LM. And then there's output, what is it called? AI generator. I forget what it's called. AI co-producer, that's what it's called. Now, technically, I heard that co-producer, I don't know if this is true, how AI this is, but according to some folks on YouTube, they said that basically this isn't true AI. It pulls from a library of existing material. So in that case, it's more of an AI search than it is true building sound from scratch. All right, so I want to make that clear. Now, let me figure out. They changed the name from Music LM to Music FX. Let me switch my screen, y'all. Hold up. I got to log in real quick. Losing my voice for this video here. I'm trying to put you guys on so that you're not saying, oh, Game didn't tell me to pay attention to AI. He didn't keep me up on the cutting edge like he promised. Like, I'm doing exactly what I'm showing you. This isn't like secrets. It's only secret to the people who want to blind themselves because they're scared of AI. They're putting a mask on their eyes because they're afraid of AI. All right, so this one's called Music FX. They changed their name from Music LM to Music FX. So let me show you guys something. Let's type in. Now, this one doesn't do like Drake type beat. Let me show you the cool one first, and then we'll get into the other ones, because that one it's not as cool. All right, so let's log into Output real quick. So let's put in like Drake emotional piano chords and melody. Okay, so that's going to generate you not only one loop or 4 loops, it's going to generate you 4 sound packs full of loops and drum sounds, and it's free. I can't believe they even gave that out for free. The download alone is like 100 megabytes. So the fact that they gave that out for free is insane. Now let's go to Music FX and let's type in the same thing. Drake, emotional piano, chords, and melody. And it's going to tell you this prompt goes against our terms because I used the word Drake. Like, that's so stupid to me. Okay, let's just type in emotional piano, chords, and melody. But it doesn't have a reference of Drake, so that's kind of pointless. But the difference is that Google Music FX creates the loops from scratch. Whereas I heard that, I don't know if this is true, that Output doesn't create it from scratch, but pulls it from all right, so here's Music FX from Google. And you could download where's the download? The MP3 of this, but it doesn't give you the stems. So it just gives you one MP3 file, which as a musician, you could figure out how to stem separate, but it's just tedious. And it doesn't sound that great. It sounds kind of random too. Now let's go over to the co-producer by Output, which is completely for free. And let's listen to their demos of a Drake emotional piano, chords, and melody. Let me change my download. Let me switch screens, y'all. Hold up. I'm gonna download this to my desktop just so we could have them all in a folder. Let's call this AI loops. Okay, we're gonna put those in the AI loops. So I'm gonna download this and then we're gonna unpack the zip just to show you it's way more than that one loop that you get. That's just one of the many. Okay, let's play the next demo. These don't really feel like Drake, to be honest. They're cool though. That doesn't feel like Drake at all. These are kind of weird, to be honest. That's definitely not Drake. Okay, but regardless of what that sounds like, let me show you guys something. So we're gonna go to the desktop and we're gonna unzip these. Okay, let's go here. Desktop, AI loops. So we're gonna unzip these and I'm gonna show you it comes with much more than just those two loops that we heard. So even if you didn't like those loops, it comes with a variation of drums sometimes. So it gives you the track stems and it gives you a whole sample pack on top of that. So this is a sample pack of various loops. Now this sounds like Drake. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like I did hear that before, so I think they're pulling from an existing library. Dun, dun. Yeah, I heard that before. Dun, dun. Okay, so they are pulling from an existing library, which, regardless, these loops sound good though. And they're free. Now, I wish that was fully AI generated because I would get behind Output 1000%. It's just not what we thought it was. It can also do guitar melodies for you. So as far as a producer, you know, it creates a whole pack for you. It's completely free. It's called Co-Producer by Output. But what we're finding out is that those aren't fully AI generated. So I've had repetitive results is what I'm trying to say. So that one kind of lost its steam because we realized what it actually was and it wasn't what we thought it was. Okay, so what else do I have to show you guys today? I feel like there's one more tool that I have to show you. But that was the huge news is OpenAI Sura. I want you guys to investigate this one. Don't sleep. I cannot have you guys sleeping anymore on this AI stuff. It's just going to put us back too far behind. if we don't act right now. So don't fight AI. I think we have a lot of tools we could use to become the next influencers of the world, quite literally, to where you won't have to chase an artist to do anything. A beautiful time is ahead. All right, I think that's everything. There was Leonardo AI I wanted to show you, but I don't know if they added something to my account. So give me a second. Okay, they did. So here's an image generator you guys can use called Leonardo.ai. So they hit me up. They were like, hey, can you talk about our thing? I was like, yes, because I already used it before. So if you don't want to use Midjourney, it's called Leonardo.ai. Do I think it's Midjourney quality? I haven't figured out how to get Midjourney quality just yet. Now, Midjourney is my favorite one, but it gets very expensive. It gets up to like $30 to $60 a month. Whereas Leonardo, I think, works off of a credit system. And so anyway, so let's create. So my last results weren't the greatest. You know, I put in some random stuff. Maybe because I don't know how to prompt it yet, because there's a lot more knobs than Midjourney. I will say that. So let's create 4 images. We're going to use the photorealistic version here. Alchemy, I don't know what that is. Public images, yeah, sure. And I don't know all that other stuff. Okay, so let's put, what do you guys want me to prompt it in Leonardo? Give me a prompt in the chat. We're going to make some images for you. And also, this is a great way to create faceless channels. You can create characters for your faceless channel and then produce as a ghost producer under your fake character. So it's another idea for you guys. I put you guys on like $1 billion worth of game today. So don't tell me I didn't try to keep you ahead of the curve. At least from what I know. Like, I'd like reporting on this stuff, but some of the stuff is so tech heavy that it's hard to articulate what's happening because it's so far ahead that I can't even articulate what's happening. Like when I learned about autoregression, for example, I'm like, let me try to figure out how to explain autoregression. You know, it's like impossible to explain that as a 5-year-old. Cartoon fat DJ scratching. Cartoon fat DJ scratching. Now I think this one's set to photorealistic, so I'm curious how this will turn out. A photorealistic cartoon. Producer on the moon. Okay, let's do that one next. So you're seeing in real time how long this could take for it to generate. They gave me, it looks like 1,000 credits to test out their AI. Again, it's Leonardo.ai. And I want to say that these are sponsored credits, but I did use their service before. All right, so is that seconds? 23 seconds? Okay, so it keeps a timer. That's pretty cool. DJ Khaled holding 10 kittens. All right, we're going to do that one next. So these are your YouTube thumbnails. Oh, wow, that looks kind of dope. Wow, that looks sick. That is Midjourney level. Okay, so I didn't have the right filter on. That's why. Okay, so that's sick. Wow, cartoon fat DJ scratching. That looks like a chunky DJ scratching. That looks like an even chunkier DJ scratching. This one's funny because it looks like a cartoon, but like CGI human. That is hilarious. And the background looks impeccable. Wow, that's good. Oh, there's a download button right there. I didn't see that. That one's good. I like this one the best. He's either in Cali or New York. I can't tell because there's a palm tree right here. And then there's like Empire State Building over there. DJ Big Mac, what's up? Wow, these are good. And then this one. Now, again, to compare it directly to Midjourney, Midjourney might be a smidgen further as far as like the little nuances. But as far as what Leonardo is right now, I think this is pretty good. We've come a far way. Okay, so next one you said DJ Khaled holding 10 kittens. I don't know if they'll do celebrities on this one. I never tried that on this one. Now I do know on Midjourney, the celebrities look so real that it was scary. Like I did Obama, I did Kanye West. It looks scarily good. All right, let's see how long it takes to generate these. Wait, are we on the big screen? Okay, cool. So it takes about 30 seconds to generate an image on average, it seems like. Midjourney, it depends on which version you have. Whoa, they actually have DJ Khaled. Now that doesn't look like Khaled, but it's Khaled-esque. And he's not holding 10 kittens. He has 3 arms and he's holding 2 kittens. The kittens look real. That looks like Khaled's cousin though. Now this one looks more like DJ Khaled, but it's still, you know it's not DJ Khaled. but he's holding kittens and it looks like a real environment. That's for sure. If somebody didn't know any better, they'd be like, that's a DJ Khaled. Oh man, wait, let's count the kittens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kittens. Where's the other 2 kittens? Let's count these kittens. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 kittens. They over-delivered on this one. Now this one's hilarious. This looks like an album cover right here. DJ Khaled holding 10 kittens. That's so funny. This is good. I thought it was far behind Midjourney, but it's actually closer than I expected. I just didn't have it on the photorealistic mode. That's why. So that one's called Leonardo.ai. Again, they gave me credits to use. So I'm going to do all the prompts that you guys want me to do. Trip hop artist walking in a rundown town in England. So it's about 26 credits to generate per. So you figure if you use 1,000 credits, 1,000 divided by 26 is what, 50? Divided by 26, 38. You get 38 attempts of 4 pictures each. Only thing about that is you can run through that pretty fast. I don't know the pricing on credits. Let me look up Leonardo AI credits. Let me see how much they cost. Because they gave me 1,000. I want to see what it costs though. Pricing. Where's the pricing when you want it? What up, Aludis, if I'm saying that right, or Aludes. All right, so these are the other pictures people generate. So I think you can click and download their version. So if you wanted this one, you can download it and just completely jack somebody else's picture. So you don't even have to waste your prompts. Okay, so you could do that too. Let's see. How do you get credits? Resets in 24 hours. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so apparently you get 1,000 per day or something. I don't know how the pricing works. But basically 1,000 gets you about 36 pictures or 38 attempts of 4 pictures each, which is enough for a day's worth. Okay, so your prompt of trip hop artist walking in a rundown town in England, this looks pretty cool. Looks realistic. Except for the letters, but this looks realistic though. That's cool. That looks realistic as crap. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that was real. I'm downloading that one. Whoops. This one's kind of cool. Again, if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't know that was AI. And again, you could tell from the storefront names that this is like an AI picture, but this stuff is getting very real. I just want you guys to at least use it to your advantage. And if anything, your takeaway from today, use ChatGPT by OpenAI. It gets you so much further. It's like learning from a Harvard teacher directly. But again, use it as a supplemental teaching device, okay? Because it can be wrong. So don't think that it can't be wrong. All right, I think I have shown you guys enough information. Hopefully the people who are asleep will wake up because it's no time to sleep. Again, the WEF World Economic Forum says that by 2025, the world will completely change once AI hits that specific phase. And we have way too many people asleep right now. It's not time to sleep. I don't want you guys to demonize AI. I just don't want you to be behind the curve of AI, because by the time people are way ahead of you, it's going to be very hard to recreate their systems and create better systems and stuff. All right, I'm out of here. It's been an hour. Thank you guys for your time.